Another Wednesday, another walkthrough. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, I'm Mand. So it is Wednesday, and if you're new here, on Wednesdays we do a walkthrough of a deck, whether it be a new release or an oldie but a goodie. And today's one is an oldie but a goodie. It is the Sacred Rebels Oracle. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, please do so. It always helps out, and I'd love to have you part of the family. We're pretty awesome here, if I do say so myself. And if you don't know what I do, I cover all things tarot and oracle card related, finding magic in the mundane and glimmerful moments in everyday life. So if that is your jam, then hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload, and let's get into the video. So I do apologize if I sound a little stuffed up, you guys. I have a head cold, so it's a little bit frustrating. I literally just got over a really bad flu, and like 2 weeks on, I have a head cold now. So just the time of year, really, isn't it? And so I hope you're all well. I hope you are enjoying the holiday season, winter season, whatever you celebrate. So today I wanted to talk about Sacred Rebels because I feel like I've talked about this quite a lot on my channel, and then I was looking through my Walkthrough Wednesday playlist and I realised I haven't shown this deck as a full walkthrough. So I do want to state that there is a little bit of nudity. Did I use washi tape? No, because I'm just not wasting it. So we'll cover it. We'll find ways around it. It's okay. So this is Sacred Rebels Oracle, Guidance for Living a Unique and Authentic Life. It's by Alana Fairchild. It is published by Blue Angel. This has been around for many years at this stage. I think everybody at some stage or another you have come across this deck. And again, like I said, there's a little bit of nudity, but it's a 44 card deck and it's a detailed guidebook. Now I'll say, if anything, the guidebook is worth it 200%. So this stunning deck is dedicated to you who want to live your own life, inspired life and share your light with the world as a sacred offering. And so if you want to take a screenshot, please feel free to do so, or if you want to pause and read it, please work away. I have this deck for a long time, very long time. It does come in a 2-piece box, kind of a standard Blue Angel hardback. 1 second, let me take free my hands. And so as you can see, the deck is smaller than the box, and then the guidebook is the same size as the box, or fits in perfectly. Now, if you're one that likes to travel with this deck, or you like it, I do believe there's actually a pocket size. Now I don't have the pocket size only because I love the backs in these as it is, and the pocket size, if memory serves me right, has the descriptions on the back, but feel free to correct me in that. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I do feel like, you know, especially if you want to get the more deeper meanings within this guidebook, then the pocket size might be missing some of the information that I find very helpful within this guidebook. But if you're not bothered about that and you just want to try out the deck to see will I like the full version or the bigger version, then absolutely 200% I would say go get the pocket edition. I might pick up the pocket edition myself, maybe some stage down the line. I haven't felt drawn to do so because, believe it or not, I'm not actually one that tends to take my decks out a whole pile. Unless I'm traveling, then maybe. So these are the cards. I did put them back in order, so at least we can see them in order. And then this is the guidebook. You guys know, I think at this stage, how much I adore this guidebook. So we will talk about that for a minute, and we'll talk about the cards. And I just realized my jumper kind of complements it. I got a new hoodie, lads. If you've been watching my glimmers, I got a new fleece hoodie, whatever you want to call it, and I'm obsessed. I'm going to wear this like all the time. It will be washed, okay, before anybody gets mad, really. No, it will be washed, but it's, do you know when you get something new and you just love it so much, you just want to wear it all the time? So this guidebook, amazing. Absolutely, truly amazing. it's been a while since I've worked with this. But as you can see, you have your introduction and then you have the messages. And the way that Alana has written the messages, I do believe she is the author as well. So this printing is from 2016 and the artwork is by Autumn Sky Morrison. So that is who the artist is. But I adore this. And like there's so much information in this. This is definitely, again, if you're looking for like a deep dive oracle, right? We always talk about deep diving tarot, but like you could totally do deep dives in an oracle. And it's been a while since I've read this introduction, so I feel like I really want to read this again. And how you can work with the decks, the journaling and altars, the healing process, card readings, and then you have your card spreads, and then you get into the message. So there's only one card spread, is there? Which that's fine. I mean, you could go online and you could totally find more if you wanted to. So the messages, this is what I'm on about. Like this is all, if I'm correct, messages. Yes. Is that not good? Do we not love a chunky... Like, I love a chunky tarot guidebook, but I love a chunky, juicy oracle guidebook as well. And I feel like it's been a while since I've shown an oracle deck as a walkthrough here. So, the first card we have is After the Storm. And as you can see, it is just like a mini story. And then you have like the healing process. So kind of like a poem or a ritual. And then that continues on for every card. So you have all healing process. And then you also have like an affirmation. So I trust myself and I allow myself to be guided in all things by the wise instinctive knowing within. I am not afraid to be seen. I unveil myself from my hiding places, and step by step I show myself with my unique beauty to the world. I am seen and I am received with love by myself and by others. I am worthy. Love it. Love it. Especially if you struggle with the images. And we'll get into that in 2 seconds while I just go take a sip of my drink. Right. So these are the cards. These are kind of a typical Blue Angel. Glossy, pretty. I don't want to say very thick cardstock because it's quite flexible. It's a very flexy cardstock. But this, like that, I've had this 4 or 5 years now. Maybe a little less. I'm not really sure. I couldn't tell you. And I have used this. This is one of my definitely well-loved decks. And it has held up beautifully. So it is quite glossy, as you can tell. It videos and photographs very well. But the only thing is, like, it catches the light. So, again, this does contain a little bit of nudity. Again, not that it bothers me, but just for those of you that might not like it at all. So we have After the Storm. And I just love the depictions on this. It has a combination of animals and people, nature. Some cards, as you can see, are quite simplistic. Others then are completely detailed. Like there's so much going on here. There seems to be a lot of geometry. I'm not very good with maths, okay? So, you know. But like the shapes. That's geometry, right? Now, hold on. We need to... Right. Okay. That doesn't look half wrong. There's a bit of a booty going on, right? That's not a problem. I love the way the birds against the grain. It's like she's at the deep ocean, right? At the end, or like the bottom of the ocean. I love the way as well, can I say, that the borders have different colours. So if you like to incorporate colours, we'll cover it. Slight boobage, not much. Is this awkward? Probably. Are we going to roll with it? Yeah, absolutely. So I also forgot to say, sorry, they are numbered and they do have titles. Now, again, if you're not into titles and you just want the images, you could totally try and mod this if you wanted to. I personally wouldn't. One second, let me see what is the back like. I mean, you could totally cut off the borders here. And then maybe cut off the titles. The only thing is you'd probably be left with like this much. It wouldn't be my thing. Again, I've never modded a deck, so couldn't tell you. Do you see what I mean about the shapes? And then you could also incorporate your chakras here, or I'm sure there's probably a lot more that I'm not, like symbolism is a massive thing for me. I love this Legacy of Light. So you can take the approach of Maiden, Mother, Crone, generational. Again, the different phases we go through. You can see like the flower of life. I believe that's what that's called. You see, it comes out. And like, I love the way there's muted cards, right? So it's not all completely vibrant. It's so beautifully curated of different colors and then vibrancy, but then also muted. So it's like it's blending. But all the artwork matches, if that makes sense. You know the way sometimes you can have in a deck, the artwork kind of changes. I'm trying to think which one comes to mind. Is it the Goddess Love Oracle, or the Goddess Dream Oracle is another one. Like one of my favorite, definitely one of my favorite Oracle decks for sure. I do love them very much. But I do also find that sometimes the artwork changing can be a little bit... a bit distracting. I got distracted. I adore this card going beyond normal. And all the buttons and the way there's like a clock and the way she's looking up, but also there seems to be a key hanging out of her mouth. So, you know, there's a lot going on within these cards. And with the guidebook, you can dive even further into meanings. So, you know, between, again, using your own intuition, journaling, meditating on these cards, I feel like would be very good. I personally don't, because it just seems to give me the message and I read the guidebook. I'm like, oh, okay, right. So I get my own intuitive hit, but then I also use the guidebook and I'm like, yes, now I know what we're saying. Okay, this is your reminder. Hydrate. I actually have a glass. I actually am drinking out of a glass, which is if you know me at this stage, you'll know that it's normally a bottle that I have. I normally have like my plastic bottle that I've had for ages. I like the key titles. I know they're not for everyone, but I do. I like it because it's not your typical, you know, beyond the mind, the heart beats. So, you know, you might have one that is mindfulness or thoughts, you know, just like one keyword, whereas this is like a title. She feels and she knows. And you can see that I like the way the faces are expressive. They definitely, you know, the way that's saying eyes are the windows to the soul. You can definitely feel that with this deck. Like, did you see the way the hands, you can see the skeletons, but there's also, you know, flesh on the hands as they're letting go of the fish. And the fish is a skeleton, but when it goes into the water, it starts healing. So, you know, again, you can pick up a lot if you just give it a bit of time. I know maybe initially, if you get this and you start working with this, you might feel a sense of overwhelm because it's intense, right? It's very intense. But I remember, I think one of my friends on Instagram, she's like, it's like the cards are speaking. It's like they're singing. Absolutely 100%. I would definitely say that this is a very singing deck. It definitely speaks very loudly, but subtly. Like, look at the little teacup at the back. Cute. I just love all the animals, and every time I look at this card I see a new animal that I didn't before. And again, there's the subtlety, the vibrancy, but also the mutedness. And again, some cards are very image heavy, and then others are just simplistic, that it allows your mind. Sometimes silence is golden, absolutely. So I'd be curious to see who has this deck. Do you love it? What do you pair it with? And if you don't have it, would you think of getting it? Would you like to add it to your collection? Has it been one that's on your wish list for some time? We'll shuffle this up and we'll pull a card and we'll see. I don't riffle shuffle this deck because it is a blue angel, so it is thick. But we shall try, because I seem to like to try this on my channel. I don't think I can do this. Hold on. But yeah, I'm curious. Like, do you have this? Do you have the pocket edition? Do you have this edition? Whatever this edition is. That was just terrible. I overhand shuffle this one, but I'll admit I struggle a little bit because these are quite big cards and I don't have very big hands. Might look like it on camera, but I promise you like, I struggle. So if you, just to let you know, if you have like any mobility or just small hands, defend to the end, they work well. Oh, I love that. For me, automatically, I'm already right. So you need to stand up for what you believe in and what you wholeheartedly believe is worthwhile. And that's going to look different to everyone, okay? Excuse me. Just because somebody's defending something that you don't agree with, you know, each one of us at one point is going to want to stand up for something that we wholeheartedly believe in and that we really want to make better. You know, every one of us in one way or another, you know, we want to add our own stamp to the world and we want to make things better and really make a change, or at least an impact, or at least leave some form of a footprint, right? So, you know, it is again that we can stand up for the things that we believe in, but I'm also getting the sense of we don't have to bash others along the way, right? We don't have to be pushy and we don't have to push others aside. That there's that area of where we need to be open to hearing everybody, right? So beneath the illusions, pretty as they may seem, you know what is real. Beneath the lies, sweet though they may sound, you know what is worthwhile. So yeah, I mean, absolutely, you can totally read this, right? You're a sacred warrior, defender of the heart. And again, I wholeheartedly believe that everyone will want to defend something to the end, right? That they believe wholeheartedly is worthwhile. And that's the beauty, isn't it, of living the human experience, right? That I'm just doing this so if you want to take a screenshot or pause it and read it, that there is space for us to do so, and that there's many platforms and communities that you can connect with. Anyway, that's a tangent. I hope you enjoyed this Wednesday walkthrough of the Sacred Rebels. I like to try and keep them as short and sweet as possible. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and let me know in the comments below what you think of it. Do you have it, and all of the above? And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And remember, stay magical, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.